Hey, it's David Beckham, BreezeFlippers, back in my shipping room, laundry room. It's kind of quiet today, no laundry being done. It's Tuesday, and yeah, I just put out a video yesterday, but we got a few orders that I thought would be fun to share. One very good order I was excited about that I want to talk about, and I have some stuff on my mind about where our business is going and some things that I'm going to do, and I'm going to share it with you guys, hopefully get some opinions from you. Let's get into it. Like I said, we had a few orders that came in overnight, and I'm happy with them. The first one's a set of 3 games. It's not a lot of money, but this is NES games, Nintendo. One of them is a Ninja 2, another one is a pyramid game, and I think a baseball game. Yeah, looks like baseball. Can't really tell. It says Braves. Yeah, bases loaded. So anyway, 3 games. I picked these up at a garage sale. I'm positive that I paid probably less than $2 for all of them, but because I had a whole bundle that I bought for like 20 bucks, and I still have some that I haven't even listed yet and some that I have. But it just went up and it sold fairly quick, which is kind of funny because I did get an offer from some guy that sent me an offer for, I don't know. He sent me an offer for 10 bucks, and it ended up selling for $19.99 plus $5.99 shipping. So he sent me an offer, and literally 20 minutes later it sold. So sometimes it pays not to jump on the first offer you get. Sit on it for a while, and it will eventually go, I think, sometimes, and sometimes they don't, but you know, it's better to take that chance. Had I jumped on that offer, and I think it was 10 or it was 13, I can't remember. If I'd have jumped on that offer, I'd have lost out on some money. So that sold for $19.99, $5.99 shipping. Another one that I took an offer on, and it wasn't that much of a difference. I had this listed for $14.99. You can't see this, but it's a bunch of Legos, and it's the Marvel Spider-Man Venom and Mech only. It's an incomplete set. It has a lot of the parts, but not all the parts. So it does have the Spider-Man somewhere in there, I hope. And yep, there he is. It's Venom Spider-Man. You can see him right there. He's, you know, Venom dude. Anyway, picked this up at a garage sale, again, as a part of a big bundle of stuff. Didn't pay much for it. Sold it for $13, and I'm gonna get $4.99 shipping. I gotta put that in a little box though, because I don't like things getting broken. This is my best sale today. Really excited about this one. And I'll have to kind of look and see actually if there was any information about this one, because, oh yeah. So this is a, let's see here. These are 2 comics that I sold, and I'm really excited about it because I got good money for them. So I didn't have a lot invested in them, but these are 2 graded comics. These are both 9.8 CGC comics. They're signed by Mark Brooks, and both of these are his covers. This is the New Mutants Dead Souls #1. Both of these are. And the one is the Virgin variant with the oh gosh, the Goblin Queen. I couldn't think of her name for a minute. And the other one's the Hellfire version of it. So the Hellfire version actually has little demons on it as well, but it's more in red, and she's wearing horns. And this one, she's not as menacing and scary looking. So a guy messaged me and said, hey, because I think I had 159 on the standard variant, the blue one, and I had $189.99 on the Hellfire. And he said, would you take $300 for both? And I was like, yeah. So I have less than, I think probably about $140 purchased both of these. I actually purchased them from Golden Auctions. I got a fairly good deal on them, I thought, and they were just some that I wanted because I love the covers. I mean, it is a really cool cover, to be honest with you, you know. But I did get $300 for that, and I think I'm getting just $12.99 shipping, but they'll go out in a box, a little bubble wrap, and we'll probably get those sent out today. So I was very happy with that order. Very, very pleased with it. So as far as how we're looking numbers-wise, it's not a bad start to the week. I'm not going to complain. $384 in sales, just 3 little items, so I'm going to take that. But it got me thinking about some stuff, and I'll tell you how I got thinking about this yesterday. And it's been bothering me for a couple days. And it was kind of funny that I watched ADH Dave's video yesterday. And if you don't know who ADH Dave is, go look him up. He's a reseller like us. One of the first guys I follow, part of the Trash to Cash guys, and someone that I like, you know. So I can see that he's a good guy, and even though sometimes he drives people nuts, I think he has good things to say. And he said something yesterday that really struck me, that he was quitting eBay. Now he's quitting eBay, but he's going to sell online full-time on Dibdit. And if you're not on Dibdit yet, you should go check it out, dibdit.com. It is a selling platform on the district platform, and it is it's really live selling, but it has static selling just like eBay and such. But it is a great place for live selling. But if you're not on there already, go check it out, dibdit.com, and use Breeze41. You'll get $5 off your first $10 purchase, and it puts a little bit of money back in my pocket as well, like $5, so I can use it to buy stuff too. So, but anyway, he said he's going to go full time on that, and I got to thinking about that, and thinking about where do we spend our time, and where do we spend the most part of our money. And I'm starting to look at it and go, man, I spend a lot of money to sell on eBay. Now, I'm not quitting eBay. I love eBay. So I've been doing eBay since 1997, and it's been there for a long time. And I've always used eBay back then, kind of like my as an ATM is what I did. So if I needed money, I'd sell something kind of quick and make some money on it. If I wanted to buy something, I always went to eBay first and looked at stuff until Amazon came around, and then Amazon had better deals sometimes. But I still buy stuff off eBay all the time over Amazon just because it's a better deal. So I'm not leaving eBay. But I did get to thinking about these other platforms and how much time and effort and energy I spend in trying to sell something on Mercari. I can't get anything to sell on Mercari. And honestly, I can't get anything to sell on Poshmark. Now, some of the Poshmark stuff might be my fault. Probably got to do more sharing and do all that stuff, but I just don't like it. It's not for me. So talking with my wife, Sherry, Mrs. BreezeFlippers, she's going to do Poshmark. I think she's going to really concentrate on doing Poshmark, and we're going to put more of our clothing stuff on Poshmark and try to make sales there. I know it can be done, and with the right tools, we can make it, use the sharing tools and stuff like that, and maybe pick up Flip, Crosslister, or something that does sharing and auto offers. And whatever we put on Poshmark, we're not going to put on Mercari. And the other thought was, I'm paying $100 a month on List Perfectly. So I had thought I was just going to drop it completely and stop listing anything on Mercari. But I sell so very little on Mercari, I hate to leave List Perfectly completely. So I'm probably just going to drop it to the lowest package and stay on there for right now, because I do want to try and maybe build up a little bit of maybe some affiliate money on the List Perfectly. Who knows? I mean, I could try, but in time, if somebody signs up, it wouldn't hurt. It would help pay for that. But to be honest with you, $99 a month, $101 with taxes, I think, is just a lot for what I'm getting out of it. I'm not getting what I think I should be, and it's a good tool. Don't get me wrong, it's a very good tool. I also tried Vendoo. Vendoo's a good tool too, and I tried it for a while. List Perfectly, what it does is one thing different, is that it actually works directly into your listings on eBay. I work everything from eBay over. So I start in eBay, and then I cross list to Mercari, Poshmark, wherever I'm gonna cross list to. But I always start in eBay. So it puts a nice little icon in your eBay listings that says whether or not it's been listed, or whether it's in Mercari, or whether it's in List Perfectly or not, which is something that Vendoo, that I haven't been able to see, does. Vendoo, you have to kind of work from the Vendoo app. So that's my only difference that I really see. Vendoo does a great job, works on a lot of different platforms, does the same thing. Price-wise, it's not bad. It does the auto delist. That was the only one thing that I really liked about Mercari, or as far as List Perfectly and working with Mercari, is that it would delist. But I'm not making enough sales to worry about it over there. So I'm making sales on eBay. So I'm gonna really focus on and ramp up eBay. And we're going to start ramping up and doing some stuff on Dibdit. Now, I've said this 100 times probably in the last 3 videos, but I really am going to do that. I have a bunch of media that I want to sell. I have a bunch of CDs, a bunch of DVDs. I'm waiting for some cases to come in, because I just bought a big bundle of DVDs. They're without the original case, but I'm going to put them in nice little clamshell cases. and sell them for $1 a piece. You know, some stuff, there's some really good movies in there, really good series like The Sopranos and stuff like that. So I'm going to sell those on Dibdit and try to do some weekly auctions out there just to see, you know, kind of maybe supplement a little bit of what's going on with the money. To me, Dibdit would be very much like having our booth. It's just another avenue, a place to sell things that maybe don't sell as fast on eBay. And that's the one thing that ADH Dave got me thinking about, is that we buy a lot of inventory, we buy a lot of stuff, right? We're continuously looking for ideas and things out there. When we're in garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, we're picking up stuff. And the reality is sometimes we'll pick up something, list it, and it sells in a day or two. Those things I love. Those are what we're all looking for. That is the grail, right? The holy grail. We want something that we buy it today, we sell it tomorrow. But the larger majority of our stuff is still sitting in bins out in the garage. So it doesn't sell that fast. And so we're sitting on a lot of inventory. And you know, it's really about the fast nickel or the slow dime, right? You know, do you want a slow dime? You're gonna let it sit there for a while and marinate? I got 300 hats sitting out there. And yes, we do sell hats. I love selling hats. They're easy to store, they're easy to ship, and generally you can't really go wrong with it. You take a lot of pictures, you show what it looks like, you sell the hat, and people are mostly happy with them. But, you know, do I want to sit on a hat? 300 hats. Do I want to sit on for some of them that I've had for 3 years? So I think it's time to go through that inventory and preen that out of there, and let's put it on Dibdit. Let's put it in bundles. Let's sell it out there. Let's get some stuff moving. And I think that's kind of the idea. And that's really what ADH Dave was talking about. He's just talking about selling off his inventory. And the way he sources, he'll find more inventory. And you know, the way we source, we're coming up onto our sourcing time now. This is the prime time. This is spring. Well, it's not spring yet, but in some places, and you probably hate me if you hear spring, it is like 70 degrees today. If you're in Midwest or the North and it's really cold, I apologize, but that's why I live in Florida. Anyway, but you know, it's getting to that time. So garage sales are starting to pick up, estate sales are picking up. We'll start hitting, there's a flea market here in town that we'll probably hit a couple of those. The thrift stores start kind of getting some stuff. This is a good time to start sourcing. So we're going to try some different things and do some different stuff, and definitely going to start selling live. Not going to sell on Whatnot. I just couldn't make it work. And I'm sure if I'd have stuck with it and kept sticking with it and building, you know, a audience over there maybe in time, but I'd have gone broke before then. So, because I wasn't making any money, and the stuff I was selling for pennies on the dollar, so it wasn't worth it. But we have a bunch of things like media. I have, you know, probably I'm sitting on about 5,000 comics that I want to that I'd love to sell. That I can't sell them enough on eBay. Even if I lot some of them up, that's usually good. Which I just sold, you know, a really nice lot of like the Simpsons comics just a bit ago, and the guy sent me a really good review, and I was really happy to hear that. But that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and limit that to the $15 or above. That's what we talked about before on eBay, and really concentrate on maybe groups of comics or maybe the more expensive ones. And then everything else, I'm going to probably put it on Dibdit and do some comic sales and do some media sales. Like I said, I have probably 300 CDs that I just have tried to sell, and I just really can't. They're good CDs, some of them really good CDs, but I think they'll sell really well. So I'll do a media sell over there. I also started kind of dabbling in sports cards and some other cards a little bit, and kind of enjoying that too. So, and I'm not a big basketball fan or a big baseball fan, so I don't have a lot of those, but I do love football, and I'm really kind of enjoying actually looking at football cards, the old players, the new players, and kind of seeing some stuff, and maybe kind of picking up a new hobby. So that's something that I'm looking at as well. So lots of stuff changing, but you know, like I said, he got me to thinking about some stuff, and you know, I really want to make this work, right? So I really would like to, in a couple years, have Sherry retire and work this full time. And you know, with her help, you know, she can run the Poshmark side, and maybe even Macari too. And we can, you know, concentrate on the online selling and everything as far as the live selling, and then eBay, you know, as our bread and butter, because eBay does do well for us. I'm not going to complain about it. So if we're looking at numbers again, just to say, as we finish this out, you know, I keep saying, here's where we are for the quarter. If I always compare this quarter to the last quarter, or this month to last month, you know, to the year ago, the same time, because that really does, you know, kind of give you a good overview of where we're going. We are 79.9% over what we've done this same time last year. So I'm confident that we're doing pretty well. Our ASP is up. Again, ASP is $27.94, but I have had ASPs that were between $12 and $15 for a long time. So the $27.94 I'm very, very happy with. And you know, number of sales and such we've done well with as well. So I think it's starting to kind of look that way. Hopefully we're on track. I really would love to do 50% over what we did last year and kind of keep that growth going, but I'll take 30% if we can get it. So we get somewhere between 30 and 50% over last year. That just means we're growing, and we'll start showing a little more profit, and we're taking steps to show, you know, to work a little bit harder at trying to get our net margins, you know, better. So that's, you know, looking at shipping prices, that's looking at boxes, what we buy, extra stuff that we buy, what kind of sourcing we do and such. So lots of fun stuff happening in the business, lots of fun stuff in the future for us, and I think so. Anyway, that's what's going on today. That's what's going out. We'll get this little video out, and then probably tie it up at the end of the week and talk about a few more things that have sold, and hopefully we'll have a couple more really good sales. I sent out a ton of offers. I don't know if anybody else is getting that, but I am getting a ton of offers. So we'll see if any of those take hold. A lot of people putting stuff in carts. That makes me happy. Sometimes they go through and sometimes they don't. So, but it's time to do that. We're going to start on the sale at the end of the week and send out some newsletters and try to spur up some business. So I hope your business is going great. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. I'm David back in BreezeFlippers. We'll see you. Always forget Missy doesn't get her camera time. Hey Missy, say hi. You want to say hi to everybody? This is Missy. She's my Aussie. She's a miniature Aussie, not that miniature. She's a good girl though. Say bye, Missy.